defeating a mono blue deck. Hello my friends, it's Johnaroth coming to you with another new commander from the Avatar set. Today we play with Iroh, I guess. Grand Lotus. Iroh is a 3 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue, 1 red commander who has fire bending 2 for a 5/5, which means when he attacks, you get 2 mana during the combat phase. But his main ability is during your turn, each non-lesson, instant, and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. During your turn, each lesson in your graveyard has flashback of 1. So basically, Iroh, on your turn, you can cast cards from your graveyard for what they normally cost. Or, if it's a lesson, every lesson in your graveyard costs 1. So we did put a decent amount of lessons in this deck. I did not put all of the lessons in this deck because some of the lessons are not very good. But we did put a lot of lessons in there that are good, that can help, such as Shared Roots can get us more lands, as can Aang's Journey. We also have other cards in this deck that gaining flashback can really make a difference. We have a lot of ramp cards like Elvish Mystic, Delighted Halfling, Birds of Paradise. Lots of ramp because our commander is expensive. And then we've kind of focused a lot on building up our deck to get some of the top end cards where we have lots of time taking effect type cards, take additional turns like Time Warp, Temporal Manipulation, Expropriate. It is possible for you to cast Expropriate, take several turns, and then if you have Iroh onto the battlefield, cast Expropriate from your graveyard again, where you could essentially take 5-6 turns in a row, which is pretty crazy. So let us take Iroh, Grand Lotus, into the queue and see if we can teach our opponent a lesson or two. Let's go. Okay, our very first game is against Kiora. So it's going to be kind of a ramp stompy creature. This hand is really slow, so I'm not going to keep this. This hand is better. We'll go ahead and keep this hand. It's still pretty heavy on the high end of the spectrum for mana, but I'm just going to try it anyway. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. Go ahead and put down a breeding pool. Let's get a Delighted Halfling. Kiora is a planeswalker. Whenever a creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card. You can untap a permanent here. Let's go ahead and put down the Triome, and we're going to pass the turn. Opponent's going to try to get out Savala, and we're going to say no. Go back to your hand. Let's go ahead and get out a Steam Vents here, and I'm going to cast Chandra so we can destroy his Llanowar Elf, his source of ramp, and that is enough to win the game. We've already won our very first game, so that was pretty quick. Destroying and throwing our opponent's mana source off means that he's not really going to be able to do anything. Even if he gets another land next turn, we're going to have 5 mana already. Get out VV, and then next turn Chandra's Beacon, and it's already way over. So good first game, even if we didn't have our commander come out yet. Okay, we get to go first against Rofellos. So this is going to be a heavy green ramp deck. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Let's go ahead and put down a Prismatic Vista, and let's go for a forest so we can get out our Llanowar Elf. Step, let's go ahead and get out our Lotus Cobra here. Unfortunately, we don't really have anything to use the mana on. You gonna cast your commander, opponent? Okay, opponent's gonna go for up the beanstalk. Did draw a land. What could we do with this mana? Let's see here. So if we put down the Ketra Triumph, that'll get us 1 mana. We can crack the Bloodstained Mire. That'll get us 2. And then we'll have 3 more. We have all these expensive cards in our hand, which means that we just don't have the mana to do what we really want. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 mana, potentially. That's not enough. All of our cards in our hand are 6 drops. So that's just very interesting. Chattering Illuminator. Okay. Let's go ahead and get out our Birds of Paradise here. Still just very slow. Gonna try to cast Rofellos. We're gonna say no. Now we have a turn where we can finally do something, so that's good. Let's go ahead and put down a land. I'm going to say green mana. Let's go ahead and crack this Flooded Strand to go for another type of land here. I'm going to say, let's go for the Steam Vents. We're going to do some more green mana here. Let's go ahead and get out Lumra. Hopefully we can get a couple lands going here. I should have cracked this, quite honestly, but we actually weren't punished for it, so that's good. Let's go blue, green, blue, green. Now let's crack our Mire here. We're gonna say a mountain. We'll give it some blue mana. Let's go ahead and cast Bonnie Paul. Get that onto the battlefield as well. And I don't want to lose my Lotus Cobra, but I do want to attack with our Birds of Paradise so we can draw another card, put a land on the battlefield. Let's see what our opponent does here. Opponent has 5 mana, which is a decent amount. Opponent gonna get out a Shia as a 7/7. First step, let's go ahead and get out our commander here. And yeah, with our commander out, we've got more than enough on the battlefield to swing in for a massive hit. He's going to have to block some of these even with a Shia or he'll be dead. Put down a land, we'll get out Chandra. It's just way over for our opponent. Just getting that early ramp and our opponent not being able to use Rofellos won us the game. Iroh for the win. Good game. Next game is against Rofellos again. This hand is really slow. A mulligan. This hand is, it has Ragavan in it, so that's good. I'm going to try this. I'm a little hesitant on this. We don't really have a way of getting rid of... Let's go ahead and pay the 2 life. Let's go ahead and get out Ragavan here. We don't really have a way of getting rid of Rofellos yet. But maybe Ragavan, the monkey, can carry us through. Let's swing in with Ragavan first. Go ahead and get out a priest of Titania. We can get us some mana. Our opponent now has 6 mana, so we could be in serious trouble here. Okay, he has a Chromatic Lantern, and he's going to explore. Opponent has a Garruk's Uprising. Let's see. Well, before we do anything else, let's swing in with Ragavan, get some more mana here. Ice Till Explorer. Oh my gosh. There's so many really good cards here. But I have to get rid of Rofellos. Let's take the Steam Vents. Let's go ahead and get out Chandra. And let's kill off Rofellos here. And do 1 damage to our opponent's face. And that is enough to cripple our opponent to win the game. Ragavan. Still the most crazy 1-drop out there. Good game. Our next game is against Katara Waterbending, so mono blue deck. Ugh. This hand is kind of slow. And we don't have any blue mana. Faithless Looting could be good, but I'm going to mulligan here. Utopia Sprawl gives us a turn 1 ramp card, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and keep this. Let's put down the forest here. We're going to cast Utopia Sprawl on our forest, and we're going to say blue mana here. Opponent has a Patera Manor. Wow, we are drawing all of our expensive cards, literally. Okay, let's go ahead and get out Ronus here, and then let's put down a commercial district. Thundering Falls. I think we're probably good on the mana front, quite honestly. Okay, our opponent's going to swing in and attack. Gonna keep up a land here. Let's go ahead and let's cast Aang's Journey. Wonder if our opponent's going to counter that. Nope. Probably a good move on his part. Let's go ahead and get an island out. And I'm going to go ahead and put that down. I'm not going to cast our Tireless Provisioner into an open counter spell mana. Just not a good move on our part. Opponent's going to get out a Tomb of Gadwick. We could get out our commander potentially here. Because this is what? 2. This is 1 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to use kind of a risky move here. But I really want to... Let's go ahead and get out a Steam Vents. Let's go ahead and get out our commander. Now he's going to have a counter spell, and I'm going to use a Pact of Negation on the yeah. And now we can Hopefully, if we can keep, as long as we can keep our commander alive for a turn, we can start to benefit. Okay, let's pay the cost and now draw a card. Let's go ahead and cast Aang's Journey here. Go for another land. I'm kind of bluffing that we have another spell available, even though we don't. Let's go for a forest here. We'll put down the forest. Let's swing in with our commander. Hit for 5. It's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and not cast anything. Opponent's going to look at our hand, draw a card. Opponent's going to swing in. If we can just get a good lesson, if we can draw a good lesson, we'll be in really good shape. Opponent's going to return our commander to our hand. Perfectly fine. Let's try to go for the Tireless Provisioner first. We're successful on that. Let's go ahead and make some treasures here. I'm gonna pick the breeding pool. Make some more treasure. And let's cast Bribery on our opponent. See if we can find a good creature to steal. And we do have enough mana to cover a Spell Pierce if he has one. Okay. So, what does he have? Looks like a lot of like low-level creatures. Let's see. He has the Wang Shitong card. He has Snapcaster Mage. Interesting deck. I was hoping to have at least one big creature to steal, but I think I'm gonna go for Malcolm. Malcolm could be really good. What does Katara do? Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, you get an experience counter. When you attack, you may draw a card for each experience counter you have. If you have, draw a card. Interesting. Okay. So let's put down the Misty Village. Let's get out a treasure. Let's go ahead and use the Mistrise Village here so that our next spell can't be countered. Opponent's going to peek at our hand, perfectly fine. So now our next spell cannot be countered. Let's go ahead and cast Expropriate here. We're going to say time. I wonder what our opponent's also going to let us to say time here. Let's go ahead and swing in with Malcolm. Get a counter. I'm going to discard Iroh here because we can cast it again on our turn. Let's go ahead and use the Mysterized Village so that our next spell can't be countered. Let's go ahead and get out Bonnie Paul. This is exactly why we have Mysterized Village in the deck, to stop blue players. Opponent well, he does have a subtlety, so he's going to sacrifice a card here. That's pretty good. That was pretty lucky on our opponent's part, quite honestly. Our opponent's going to stifle the subtlety. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and let Bonnie Paul stay there. That was pretty lucky on our opponent's part. Let's go ahead and get out Bonnie Paul again. I'm going to go ahead and swing in with Malcolm. Put down a Misty Rainforest here. Get a treasure. Activate our Misty Rainforest. We're gonna go for let's go for an island here. Here, opponent's gonna adapt. That's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and put down a treasure. And now we can basically do anything. We can use Mizzix's Mastery to cast Expropriate again, get out our commander, take 2 or 3 more turns. Our opponent is down to 1 mana, so there's not really going to be much of anything that he can do at that point. Defeating a mono blue deck, so satisfying. The Village, the Mist Village, I put that in almost any deck where I play blue, simply to beat mono blue decks like this, because it makes your spells uncounterable. So good game. Yes, I had fun. Thank you, my friends, for watching another one of my videos. This one featuring Iroh, Grand Lotus. Iroh is a lot of fun to play. I would put his power level at probably about a C, and I did fight a variety of different opponents upon deck building, though Rowfellows seemed to be a pretty common theme in the decks that I was paired against. I didn't include all those games because I didn't want to show me beating the same opponent over and over and over. The key to a card like this is to make sure that you are focused on ramp on your side early on in the game and controlling your opponent's side of the board through removal spells like Lightning Bolt, etc., or counter spells to keep your opponent from ramping up while you focus on ramping up so that you can win those types of games. is. The deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment talking about Iroh or another commander you'd like me to look into, or what's your favorite thing about the new Avatar set. I don't really care, as long as I talk to you, part of the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.